minute, man.
Ahoy, hoy, my friends, and welcome to Disney News in Review here on Chip and Company. Welcome, everybody, to another beautiful week. We took a week off. Let me introduce you to our panel tonight. As always, Chip, how you doing tonight, my friend?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm amazing. Apparently, I'm a little pixelated. Now I'm confused. What's going on? To my, I'm going to say my left, your right, Mark Valentine from Diz Life Podcast. Mark, how are you?
Hello, everyone. Happy Thursday. Oh, wait, yeah, Wednesday.
Were you going to say Happy New Year?
I don't know what I was
Happy
going to say.
New Year, everybody!
Happy birthday! Like Frosty the Snowman. Thank you so
very
much,
merry on birthday to you.
To you.
And classing this joint up, as always, our entertainment correspondent, Caitlin. Caitlin, it is great to see you tonight.
Hi, everyone. I'm so glad to be here.
This is going to be a quick hour show. We have a lot to cover, a lot of news going on. So, Mark, I'm going to just start it right off with you. Face masks. We have both face masks are now optional in Orlando. We also have Disney World has finally dropped the face masks at transportation on the boats and the monorail. What's going on?
Yeah, so on April 19th, Orlando Airport dropped the face mask requirement. Like Walt Disney World, face masks are now optional for those who fly into and out of MCO. Last night, it was announced that the TSA will no longer enforce the face mask on planes following a court ruling. And on a very similar note, the face masks are now optional as well for guests in both outdoor and indoor locations, as well as, and the big as well as Disney transportation. It's still recommended that guests who are not fully vaccinated continue to wear face coverings in all indoor locations, including indoor attractions and theaters, but it is now optional. And so, big changes, but now there is some continuity in that masks are optional in all locations and transportation as well.
Keyword here is optional. If you feel that you need to wear one, or if you feel that you may be getting sick, it might be smart if you optionally wear one for the rest of us. Not saying you have to. That's why it's optional.
Or if you're sick, optionally stay home.
Yes.
that makes things so much easier.
I think that one's optimal.
Right. So it's been a point of contention, Chip, and you can talk about this a little bit on our comment section. Anytime we have a topic of masks or anything else, it kind of gets a little crazy on the comment section. So I think it's nice that now it's optional. We can finally hopefully put this debate to rest.
Well, let's just hope that everybody who is unvaccinated is still wearing their mask.
Dead air. I got nothing. I'm not even about to. Okay. Anyway, so Mark, over at Star Traders Magic Kingdom, it took them a little while, but it looks like they are still putting up 50th anniversary decorations.
Yeah, they're coming around to it. But listen, it's Tomorrowland. So they said, do you want to put up the decorations earlier in the year? They're like, we'll do it tomorrow. And so that's what we got. So apparently Disney is still in decoration mode as part of the 50th celebration. Park patrons who are traveling through the Magic Kingdom will notice there are some new graphics outside of this fan favorite shop. Star Traders in Tomorrowland has joined the party, so to speak. In Disney's Magic Kingdom, they've added the 50th anniversary door graphics, window decals, and on one side is the iridescent Mickey Mouse. On the other side is the 50th logo with the Cinderella castle. So congratulations, Star Traders. Welcome to the party.
Now fix your doors.
Yeah, a little late to the show, but you know what? You look fantastic. Welcome.
But here's the rumor and innuendo, which isn't really rumor and innuendo. Apparently, they were going to be coming out with a whole new blast of 50th anniversary merch that they're about to announce in the next couple of weeks. Chip just a bit disappeared off here, so he can't talk about it. But he was who was going to talk to about it, but he's not here, so I'm going to move on.
I'm here. I'm trying to adjust the seat. Instead of going like this all around the screen.
Oh, that would have been great. What are you talking about? So we have at Chip and Co. and you specifically are coming down for a media invite on May 4th through the 6th, doing Guardians of the Galaxy. But they also kind of announced that they may be having some new showcase of 50th anniversary merch. That's the only reason I could think of why they did start Traders Up finally.
Is there a question in there?
It's called a conversation. It's a conversation.
Greg.
I throw things out and you go blah blah blah. No? Okay.
Swing and a miss.
If there were
You are
any
not-
questions if this show was scripted or not, I think this answers it.
Right out the window. Any
Right out
questions,
the
just
window.
look right out the window, right there.
So we're going to move on then. Speaking of Guardians of the Galaxy, we have height requirements were released along with, I think more importantly, songs list is coming out also, Mark.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Here's what I'm most excited about for this ride is the group here is going to get to do this together. By chance, we all wound up with the same preview date, so we are all going to be riding this ride together. I'm really excited about that, but we're learning new things about the Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind every day. We just learned the new attraction as per the sneak peek. We've seen the ride cars, we've seen the design, we've seen the construction. A lot of the cast members are starting their preview and revealing very slowly the wonders of Xandar and the pavilion that is outside of the attraction. And now we're getting an idea of how family friendly is this coaster. And the answer is in inches, 42 inches tall. For reference, the big kid rides of Walt Disney World generally have a 40-inch height requirement, and those are the ones like Splash Mountain and Test Track. So a little bit taller to ride this ride, but not quite 44 inches. So if you are planning, this is a definite no before you go. 42 inches is going to be the measure up for the kids, and just plan accordingly. If not, kiddos, you're going to have to do a ride swap for just a little bit longer. Eat your Wheaties, and you too can ride on the Guardians of the Galaxy coaster.
I just made it.
Just made it.
So 2
43.
things about that. We are all going on May 8th at 1 p.m., noon, 1 p.m. Somewhere around there. We all have the exact same time. Chip ended up in my group because, well, my wife did not click off the button, but I'll take full responsibility because I just said, get it. It's like, I just want to go. Song list. Mark, do we have a song list?
We do. It's a dance-off, bro. Anyone who's seen Guardians know just how important the soundtrack is to the director, James Gunn. And this attraction's, it's not going to be any different. When Disney Imagineers were developing the ride, this family thrill coaster, they came up with a list of 100 potential songs for the star jumpers on board the system. The team rode the attraction over and over and over again. It's a tough job, right? Somebody had to do it. Testing how the tracks would fit. I love that. They tried out different permutations of songs. And the awesome mix has been settled on. In their classic versions, we get September by Earth, Wind, and Fire, Disco Inferno from the Tramps, Conga by Gloria Estefan. I'm like hyped for the
Wait. Isn't that Miami Sound Machine?
I was just going to say, Miami Sound Machine. Everybody wants to rule the world. Tears for Fears. I Ran by the Flock of Seagulls, and One Way or Another by Blondie. I'm hyped for this list. I'm all in for the music.
It's so, I mean, it's a great culmination for the Guardians. And I know my sister is going to freak when she hears that Everybody Wants to Rule the World is going to be on there, because that is her all-time favorite song. It's constantly on repeat. So I can't wait to take her on that and see her reaction.
I just remember the movie from the 80s with Val Kilmer when they blew up the giant popcorn and they exploded the one teacher's house. And then cue Everybody Wants to Rule the World by Tears for Fears. That's like a core memory for me.
Was that Weird Science?
Weird Science. Or not Weird Science. It's
no.
It's something
the other
science.
one.
Yeah, it's another one.
Yeah. I remember seeing that. I unfortunately have the Everybody Wants to Rule the World.
Real Genius.
Real Genius. Thank you, Chip. Somebody has to be an adult around here, or old. I remember the Tears for Fears song playing in front of Dennis Miller on his HBO show. That's all I remember hearing that from. So that sounds like a great time. I cannot wait to ride it. We've been getting a lot of reviews from cast members who are not able to talk about it yet, but they have been on it, and are raving.
I have heard it's a very smooth attraction too. Everyone's like, it seems seamless throughout. So I'm stoked. I can't wait. You guys are so lucky.
Everybody but one of your family members have ridden it. Great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Not me.
Is that person you?
No, I have not ridden it. Everybody else is a cast member, and yeah.
Lucky duckies.
So anyway, thanks for
go smack them. take the phone with you. Go up to his room and smack him.
Great.
So my oldest son had the chance to ride it. See, now we're going to go over an hour because now I have to tell a story. My oldest son is 26 years old and is a cast member at Starbucks in Epcot. And so he had the preview of Connections Cafe and Eatery, and a preview for Guardians. And he looked at me and was like, I don't think I want to go. I'm like, what do you mean? At least go get me pictures, get something. Like, you can give your father content. He's like, yeah, I couldn't do that. I work for Disney. I'm like, but you could take a picture in the courtyard and show me Nova Corps ship behind the. He's like, yeah, I don't want to ride it.
Go smack him.
My 26-year-old is up for adoption. If anybody would like to adopt him. Oh man.
Well, speaking of cast members.
Let's go over to PhotoPass real quick before we get back to the good cast member thing. A lot of new Memory Maker and PhotoPass shots. Wow, I'm really doing well tonight. Thank you. It started with the pixelation on the screen, and now this. I am lost. Earth Day is coming up, and Disney is celebrating it by having Earth Week. And with that is new PhotoPass offerings, Mark?
Yeah, so the celebration's begun over at Disney's Animal Kingdom. Earth Day celebration is in full effect, and it's always commemorated using special snacks, special merchandise. But this year, you can capture those memories with some photo magic. You don't even need to be in the park as a hot take or just a tip to utilize the Disney PhotoPass offering. You can get that through your My Disney Experience app and actually get a lot of these filters. But there's some pretty amazing in-photo opportunities for some of your favorite characters who come to life. You can find Wally and Eve over at the front of the entrance of the park. You can grab a photo with this cute pair while accepting a little gift from your favorite waste robot. April 18th through the 24th, available through the My Disney Experience app. And then starting April 25th, the lens will be available exclusively to those inside of the park who then purchase the Genie Plus add-on service.
I'm going to segue two things here. One, I'm going to segue into PhotoPass because my brother-in-law happens to work for Galactic Star Cruiser. He books the vacations for Galactic Star Cruiser. As he was going into work yesterday, he was met by Perry the Platypus. So he got these awesome PhotoPass shots of Perry the Platypus. And Caitlin, you being an ex-cast member, did you ever have a special PhotoPass or session with a character at any point?
Ooh, okay. So one of the ones that was very, I shouldn't say like completely hard to get, but it was more so the ones during like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party, which I want that back. Anyway. Yeah. A lot of the villains, like the classic Jafar, we got to meet. There was a different costume for Aladdin that evening and stuff. We got to see Captain Hook. He's not out very often anymore. I think one of the ones though that I absolutely love that I got to do was when we got Baymax and Hero together in the live action when the movie first came out. I got to go and I got quite a few photos because there was no one in line. So they were like, "Do you want to take some more?" I was like, "Absolutely." So that was really neat, and it's fun to have those kind of memories where it's like, you know, there's offerings that they may not have. And another one that I know, it was from when I was a kid, but I kind of freaked out when I saw it again when I was older, was Radcliffe from Pocahontas. He's a very rare one nowadays. The
reason I bring that up is because cast members are the core and the essential thing that makes Disney World happen. They are the experience, because you deal with cast members every second you're there. There's a cast member around you. Apparently, there was over 100,000 cast compliments recently given on the My Disney Experience app. Jeff Volley, announced this on his Instagram, and then we got the article. So, Mark, what's going on with this? Because this feels like it's a good feeling story or a feel good story.
Yeah, this is a great story. We love this. I absolutely love this technology. You can now give cast compliments through the app, and it appears that Walt Disney World patrons love cast members, which is apparent.
I hope you know how much making magic.
Oops, sorry.
No, it's all good. So a new
I
feature.
do know how much I like to make magic. Thank you, Jeff.
just if you don't know, for those who are fans of this news program, if you don't know this yet, a new feature of the My Disney Experience app has been helping guests quickly and easily share their positive experiences with the cast members throughout Walt Disney World. Since its launch in October, the cast compliment feature has now been used over 100,000 times. Those are a lot of positive interactions. That shows you why these cast members are the magic of Walt Disney World. The 100,000th compliment was received by a cast member over at Disney's Fort Wilderness Resort and Campground. I love this feature. It's so wonderful that Disney has streamlined this and has a way to capture all of this positive feedback, that they make the guest experience so easy to report back to Disney and to share this feedback. Keep them coming, ladies and gentlemen. Keep those cast member compliments coming in that app. We love it. We don't want to get rid of it. We love this functionality.
Love cast members. Caitlin, you being a former cast member, Mark has a show on Mondays, Diz Life Live, where we have a segment where we make sure to point out and find a cast member and make sure that they get a pin from Diz Life Live or Diz Life Podcast every single week. We do the show, and Caitlin,
it's in the mail, Caitlin. It's coming.
You deserve one. But
Aw,
being an ex-cast member, what is this? Something like this, because this is to us again. It's very important. Cast members are very important to us, and with everything they've had to deal with over the past 2 years, and there was a lot of negativity surrounding it. How important is something like this to a cast member?
When it comes to a cast compliment, I can tell you right now, those are the guests that we remember the most. We see thousands of people a day, if not in a few hours. And let me tell you, the people that stood out to me were the people that came up to me and said, you know, and it didn't even have to be about me. It could be like, listen, your team has been fantastic. Every single person has answered our questions. You guys are all staying so vigilant. Thank you for all of your help. Those kind of compliments really help you to keep going because, you know, being a cast member is amazing. Making magic is phenomenal. It's an experience I never want to forget, and I hope I will get the chance to do again someday. I joke that that's my retirement plan. But these kind of compliments really do stick with people. And, you know, we may say, you know, that we hope you have a magical day, but that's what makes our day magical. So please keep giving those compliments. Do it in person and on there because that goes to their leadership. That goes to their record. So when they want to do, you know, when they want to move forward in a position or maybe they are looking at a promotion, that helps. So if you see that type of person and you think that person needs to be moving forward, give those compliments. It's going to help. I promise.
Do you get any money for those?
Oh, I wish. No, that's unfortunate.
Here's $20. Good job.
We would be splitting the profits with Caitlin, just saying all of us.
I did get a keychain once. It's a little lifeguard floaty, like what they hold to help with the buoys to help lift everybody out of the water. So
that's cute.
Those things, yeah. Did you know? Side note: those things can hold up to 800 pounds. Buoyant.
And there's your random fact for the day, ladies and gentlemen. So anyway, Salt and Straw just opened up.
Oh, wait, Greg, before we move on,
we wanted to talk about the Cinderella, new Cinderella Castle photo opportunity. Is that correct, Chip?
That's it.
There we go. Somehow I saw that in the chat. So, Mark, I would imagine you happen to know a little bit more than I do.
I've got you covered. It's all good. So, in honor of Walt Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration, today, Disney PhotoPass service they introduced Cinderella's Castle Mural of Memories. It lets you virtually transform Cinderella's castle with your photos while at the Magic Kingdom Park. Again, use the My Disney Experience app to add select Disney PhotoPass photos to Cinderella's castle using some really cool augmented reality tech, and it brings to life through the collaboration with Snap. The experience available for $9.99 includes a spot of your choosing on available sections of Cinderella Castle to digitally pin your photo, which will be waiting for you and another guest to view again and again during your visits to Magic Kingdom throughout the celebration and beyond. And they've told us of a period of at least 3 years. A special video of your photo flying from the castle that can be downloaded and shared, as well as the ability to download a high-resolution version of your pinned photo from your Disney PhotoPass gallery without watermarks, and they're placing the value for that at a $16.95 value, both in its original form and an added version with a special border applied that includes your first name. If you're a Disney cast member, annual pass holder, DVC member, or Club 33 member, you'll even receive a personalized border to reflect that affiliation.
So
Fancy.
I'm paying Disney to put my photo virtually on my phone. What? Nobody wants to touch that? Come on.
No comment.
Look,
That's why I threw it in there.
It's a great idea. Look, I'm putting my photo up there for not in perpetuity. It's only for 3 years. It would be like the walls over in Epcot. At least they brought the walls back and put people's photos up there. But this is virtual and on my own phone.
Am I crazy? Did they used to put people's pictures on the castle at one time?
They did during one of the first iterations of the projection show. They would take photos that were taken in the park that day with PhotoPass, and they would pop them up during the show, and it would be like this, like to the windows and like on the curtains,
To the wall.
Stop it! Stop! Just come on,
We're gonna
man.
get DMCA.
You know I can't deal with that stuff.
Oh my
And
gosh.
we've lost Greg.
Yes,
and
they
we've lost
did.
Greg.
You want to know? You want to know why they've never used my photo? Because they would never. Why did you do that, man?
They would.
Yeah.
They would though. They would take the photos and they would put them up. And I think at one point, I could be completely wrong. I think at one point they did that at Epcot as well on the globe real quick. I could be totally wrong.
Greg, don't even. Greg,
So I got my photo on a big ball. That's great.
Oh, there it is. There it is. I knew it. I was like, oh no. Oh no.
Oh man.
Greg.
So anyway, Salt and Straw opened up at Disney Springs apparently. Chip, Allison was there today for that?
Yes, Allison was there, and she got to sample the ice cream and got to see the grand opening. Unfortunately, Mickey wasn't there to open it. I
want to know how much it cost a company to have Mickey come out personally and open up I've been there. He was at Swan Reserve for the opening. He was at Space 220. I wonder what the head cheese cost to have come out for your opening.
$16.95 plus tax.
Virtually. That's
virtual. You gotta pay for a Salt and Straw ice cream flight for him. So $14.75.
It looks really good. I can't wait to get over to Disney Springs, Salt and Straw. I said this on our recent podcast, Chip, that I think there needs to be more ice cream places over at Walt Disney World Resort. You walk by any single one of them, Boardwalk ice cream, basically anywhere, Swirls on the Water with the Dole Whip, everyone has a huge line. So one thing that Disney World could actually use is more ice cream, and we have it now with Salt and Straw. And apparently they are really, really good. So I hope Allison enjoyed herself while doing work.
I have $1 million idea for an excellent ice cream treat at Disney, and I'll give it to them for free. Give me a Mickey bar on a straw and a milkshake, and I will be content. Thank you. Right?
Wow.
Put it on have it on a straw. Put it in a milkshake. That I bet you could sell billions of those in the park.
I bet you could probably sell even more if you put Greg's picture on it.
Caitlin has a million dreams.
Hey, if they want to give me royalties, they can have it.
I like it.
I do too. I'm going to leave the other comment alone because I've lost all control.
That would be the last straw.
That's 3 strikes. I have to actually physically boot myself from this stream at that point. Speaking of Disney Springs, presented by Javianas, if I'm saying that. Thank you.
You're welcome.
They have spring break starting, what is that, tomorrow, April 21st to the 20th? Oh, today. So the 21st through the 24th.
Today's the 20th, 420. Remember,
Yes,
Greg?
yes. And this goes
That's
live
why you're
tomorrow.
forgetting.
No, because this goes live tomorrow.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
see,
Yeah.
You
that
mean it goes
segue,
live today?
You
mean it
just
goes live
tanked
today?
tanked my whole segue, Chip. Thank
Here,
you.
let me rewind the tape.
This was running so smoothly until you did that. There was nothing off the track. Oh
Hey,
man!
you know what?
So
We'll just have to
anyway,
do a quick
today,
cosmic rewind.
Very nice.
There we go. That's the segue we needed. So today, Javiana's is starting spring break. Mark, what's going on over at Javiana's?
yeah, it's a fashion-forward footwear line that some people know or other people don't know for its summery sandals. Always pronounced correctly by Greg, but they have a line of Disney-inspired styles featuring favorite characters like Mickey Mouse, Minnie Mouse, Goofy, and more. The Waterview Park is this new hotspot in Disney Springs. Javianas is bringing the beach to you with live entertainment and interactive, I can talk, exhibits. You can watch sand sculptures work their magic and try your hand at creating your masterpiece in the interactive sandbox. It's all of the fun of spring break. No MTV spring break here. Disney Springs spring break.
So we need to do the Jersey Shore spring break down here, like Seaside Heights.
Fist bumping. We do the fist bumping over in Jersey Shore.
Yeah.
Jim Tam,
Joey and Kevin
GTM.
are going to be there.
Joey and Kevin are going tomorrow, and they were going to be there covering this for Chip and Co. They will do a phenomenal job as always. Speaking of more Disney Springs, Chip, I just went and saw Drawn to Life. This was right before they announced a prefix dining package available at restaurants around Disney Springs. This is interesting. Mark, do we know what restaurants are actually participating?
We do. There's a whole list of restaurants that are participating in this dining package. There's 2 tiers. So if you're visiting Disney Springs and you want to experience Cirque du Soleil's Draw to Life, you can now purchase. It's a prefix menu at participating Disney Springs restaurants. The animated evening offer is available at 13 different locations. So for $45 per person, tax and gratuity are not included in that. You get CityWorks, Enzo's Hideaway, House of Blues, Haleo, right? Am I saying that correctly? Haleo. Thank you.
Yeah, you said it right. Haleo.
Maria.
Just like Javiana's.
Paradiso 37, Planet Hollywood, my personal favorite, Raglan Road, Splitsville Luxury Lanes, and Terralina Crafted Italian. So that's $45 a person. Or you can settle in at one of the following locations with the prefix menu at $65 per person, again, not including tax and gratuity. And those are the upscale Edison, Paddlefish, and Wolfgang Puck.
And for $25, you can get a sandwich at Earl's Sandwich.
For $18, you can get the main chef's dish at Polite Pig.
Mark, I gotta say though, you saying Raglan Road makes me want those truffle fries.
Ooh, those so truffle good. Fries. I'm a fan of the Kopperberg strawberry cider over at.
Yes, the recorder leg. Yes, the recorder leg. That's amazing.
So good.
Best summer drink there.
So good.
Chip, you've been to Raglan a million times. What's your favorite?
I like the what is it? That so slow braised beef that they do. That's cooked for like 18 hours.
Yes,
it's like fork tender. Is so good.
You guys are making me hungry.
I did not get to finish my Chinese food before we started here, so now I'm starving.
That was a bad decision.
It's a bad decision. Okay, Mark, to wrap up Disney Springs and the East Coast parks out here, more Disney Springs restaurants, they are offering what now?
Yeah, this is awesome. So Disney Springs restaurants are offering the guests eco-friendly, plantable, that was not a typo, plantable drink coasters to take home with you. Delaware North is a global leader in the hospitality and entertainment industry, and they've announced a partnership with Sierra Nevada and the Impossible Burger for its 2022 Earth Month campaign, Seeds for Sustainability. The campaign, part of Delaware North's award-winning Green Path program, replaces traditional cardboard drink coasters and beverage napkins with eco-friendly plantable seed coasters for guests to take home with them, plant, and enjoy. So this Earth Day promotion featuring Sierra Nevada's Hazy Little Thing and plant-based Impossible Burgers are available at 27 locations. And you basically, all in all, there's going to be like 32,000 disposable coasters that are going to be replaced with these eco-friendly seed coasters, resulting in a potential 10 million wildflower seeds.
That's awesome.
Amazing. Greg,
I have a story to share.
Please do.
I found an acorn tonight that was trying to grow in my yard, and I pulled it up and planted it. And now it'll grow into a tree.
That's really neat that you found one that sprouted. Most of the ones that I find are already like, cracked open.
It was pretty neat. I've never seen like a full acorn before. It was still like there and fighting.
I can see in Greg's face he's still contemplating walking amongst the wildflowers. Greg, you belong
amongst the wildflowers. You belong in a ship by the sea.
By the window,
eat your heart
by
out.
the wall.
No, come on.
We were so close.
Till the seeds come. No.
Oh.
I mean, I know that it's a little hopping on the down the list a little bit, but speaking of seeds and trees, I do know we've got something going on over with the Tarzan's treehouse, right? In Disneyland.
Good segue.
Thank you so much.
I'm good at that.
Oh.
Someone's got to keep us on the rails.
Oh, thank you so much, because that was going south. Mark, tell me about Tarzan over Disneyland. We're going to go over to Disneyland because we don't get a lot of news out of there often.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to be out in Disneyland on May 25th, so I'm going to have a chance to see a lot of this stuff in action. So Tarzan's Treehouse out in Disneyland has been closed for refurbishment for a few months now, and now we're finding out why. According to the Orange County Register, the Treehouse is getting a new theme and a backstory. Disneyland officials say that the Treehouse experience is here to stay, but the Tarzan theme will be changing. When the attraction reopens, it's going to have a new theme, a new backstory. One new possible overlay, people are already calling for Encanto. Disney's Encanto won the Academy Award for Best Animated Feature this year, has become very popular with Disney fans, not just Disneyland fans, but Disney fans across the world. Lin-Manuel Miranda, composer for Encanto, has suggested having an Encanto-theme-inspired attraction in the Disney park. So the stars hopefully align. All of this hopefully makes sense. Instead of a treehouse, maybe we get a casita.
That would be awesome.
Or Antonio's. I know Antonio's treehouse in his room was one of the big ones that everyone's thinking. But it makes total sense. I mean, the character meet and greets have been phenomenal. The lines have been, down the road in order to meet with Mirabel, and we're wondering too. I'm hoping we might get some more of the Madrigals.
I will take Encanto in any way, shape, or form. Yeah, they've been working on this for a little while, so it looks like they were just taking the theming from Tarzan out of there, and they were fixing up a lot of and doing some construction all over in that place. So now they're actually retheming it. It's going to be amazing. Over in Disneyland, Caitlin, I am going to throw this to you. In bad news,
you're welcome.
This is just going to turn into me crying, laughing. The crime report has been released for Disneyland.
So speaking of cleaning up at Disneyland, this is some clearing out at Disneyland. So it looks like we've had quite a few citations going on in, well, let's just say some of you guys maybe need to check your behavior, because let's just say this, in March, there were some very interesting cases. Now, a lot of this was issues with narcotics, which, as a reminder, just because things may be legal in the state does not mean they are legal while at the Disney parks. So please make sure that you are reading up on the rules before you go. This applies to Disneyland and Walt Disney World. There are certain substances and products that are not allowed in the parks. You still have to adhere to the rules no matter what the state law says. Now, another issue that we see at Disneyland quite frequently are those viral videos where we see a lot of assault and battery that happen, or parties that get heated in arguments. And guys, as fun as it is to go and be immersed and kind of be in that world as a kid, please try to make sure that, if you're feeling overheated or there's, a lot going on, please remember where you're at. You're around families, you're around children. keep it to yourself, keep moving on, keep cool, keep calm, keep collected.
I will say forward. that only one person was actually arrested and booked. The rest of them were citations or report takens. So if you are going to partake in the special 420 day that is today, make sure you are not around an officer and they cannot arrest you, or don't do it in the park.
All 23 citations were today.
I'm sure it feels like it's Sunday.
I mean, that's a joke. Yeah, that's a joke. It is not.
And they all released me 311.
Yeah, when we get the report for next month, it'll be like triple what it is today.
In celebration of 420.
We went and saw Mickey Mouse. I think.
Not the kind of plants they're wanting to see for Earth Day, guys.
See, now that would make a whole lot more sense on seeds inside of your coaster. Oh man! In other horrible news, not horrible news. In other goings on at Disneyland, the Kardashians seem to have upset a few people. I am shocked by this, Caitlin. I don't ever expect the wonderful people that the Kardashians are to ever upset anybody in this beautiful world that we survive in. It is a small world, but it is a Kardashian world.
Well, it seems to be revolving around that. So much like the Mad Tea Party in general, there were a lot of heads spinning when everyone noticed the attraction was fairly empty, except for a safe few. I think it was about 10 writers, pretty much including Chloe, Kim, and some of the kids, Chicago, True and Dream, as well as the assistants for the Kardashians, were able to ride the attraction in front of all the guests in the open air during peak park hours after a very long wait. So as you can see, that has raised the question of, is it really right to allow VIP tour guests to utilize the attractions during peak hours privately, even though most attractions, when they do so, they're done either indoors. It's a little less noticeable because they usually come in either at an exit or they get, loaded quickly with just one quick little intermission rather than a whole 3 to 5 minute ride, depending on the times that's going on. So there's a lot of people that are very upset because we know that there's been a lot of complaints about how money talks at Disney. And the unfortunate side of it is that they do pay for these kind of perks, but are these the kind of perks that should be allowed regardless? So I know from a standpoint, it's a safety matter. They don't want people, bothering them while they're on their trip. But at the same time, it's not as respectful to guests who are also paying admission and for their time. It's a catch-22. I understand from both sides how this can look, but it should be a judgment call by Disney. And I do think there probably needs to be a barrier on either the amount of wait time that is for the attraction or the peak hours of operation.
So you would think I would take this one way. I'm going to take it a total way that nobody would expect. Chip, if you had the money, what ride would you make shut down so you could ride by yourself in the middle of the day?
At Disneyland or Disney World?
It doesn't matter, either one.
I'd probably go Rise of the Resistance.
I like that idea. Mark, what's your ride?
I would do Radiator Springs Racers.
Oh, good one. Caitlin, what's your ride?
If I could ride an attraction completely on my own, it would probably actually be the Disneyland Pirates, because I've never been and I would want to look at everything and not have camera lights in my eyes. That would probably be the one that I would want. I want to see as much of the ride as I could.
That's a great one too. All three, great. I would shut down It's a Small World.
That's a good one too.
And
you could look at everything.
I would just shut it down.
You would shut it down with everybody on it. Just stuck over and over and over.
In the white room. Just, it's a world of...
I got a story for you, Greg. So I don't know if you saw.
I love stories.
It's a Small World is actually coming to the National Registry. It is one of the 25 songs that has been chosen as the class of 2022 to join the National Registry, which has over 4 million records of entertainment, movies,
Small World
music,
Sherman
audio
Brothers?
books.
Sherman Brothers.
Sherman Brothers, yes.
Sherman
so
Brothers.
It's finally being added to the National Registry, and now you can say that it is now a national classic. It is something that is defining of our nation.
It is a national treasure. Nicolas Cage will go and search for the original record, and it'll send him off to find the gold.
I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence and the sheet music to Small World.
And a Sherman brother.
One is to secure the retirement fund, right?
Right. In other news, anytime I see a headline that starts off Florida Man, something good is about to happen in my life. I'm excited. Florida Man sets new record by seeing Spider-Man No Way Home 300 times.
Just shy of, yeah. So we've got a gentleman in Florida who saw the film not 100, not just 200, but 292 times, making it in the Guinness Book of World Records. And in order to do that, it is very clearly defined. They cannot take breaks during the movie. They cannot interact with another device while watching the movie. So no on the phone, nothing like that. They're not allowed to get up and do any kind of intermission, no bathroom break, no running to go get snacks, anything like that. It has to be a continuation of viewership. So one, I don't know who has like between $35,000 and $4,000, $3,500, I should say, to just go see a movie almost 300 times in theaters. I would love that job. Please let me know where I can sign up. But I gotta say, that is some dedication, and I know that the gentleman who did that was saying that he thinks at this point he has the entire movie completely down packed for the dialogue, which I would hope so. Probably about after the 10th time. Let me get this straight.
He couldn't. Okay, so he couldn't go to the bathroom while the movie was running.
Yes.
Or in the whole time, like, because I'm thinking. I'm not thinking.
Gatorade bottle.
So,
well, that depends.
Well, Greg, here's where my brain went to with this. Why would he spend $3,500? He couldn't get like a movie pass for that month. Come on, bro. Like,
you could have mind, man. You probably could have.
Who does that?
Because he's Florida Man. Had that been any other man,
holder, that's who.
That's who.
That's who. He probably had to pay. You got to pay Guinness Book of World Records to come out and copy and follow it too. So he had to pay money for that one also.
Are you in the Guinness World?
That's the 8 times that he didn't realize that he wasn't actually in the continuity of it and had to restart it at the 9th time. No,
I really love this next article. Apparently, Lego is coming out with Muppet minifigures. Minifigures are a huge deal to collectors. I've seen some of them go for astronomical prices. So this is actually a pretty big deal of the Muppets.
Phenomena.
Do.
Phenomena.
So yeah, there you go.
Yeah, so we've got a ton of Muppets. Let me see here. I think I've got the full list if you give me a sec. I know it's on our site, but yeah, so we've got 12. Yes, we've got 12 Muppets. Let me pull that up real fast. Sorry, I like to keep my internet going.
Waka waka.
Waka waka. All right, so we've got Kermit, we've got Miss Piggy, we have Gonzo, we have Ralph the Dog, Fozzie Bear, Swedish Chef, Bunsen Honeydew, Beaker, Animal, Waldorf, Statler, and Janice. So, yeah, I mean, my man Scooter's not there, but I guess I'm going to look for a second collection.
I am looking at this, and I see a 13th smiling face in that picture, which looks like it's either a tomato or a something else. Does that come with something?
It looks like Animal's
kick drum.
Yeah.
No. In the back by Chef and Bunsen.
Oh, it does look like a little tomato.
Where's that picture?
Like, what character is that?
A little beet.
There it is.
It looks like a little beet or a tomato. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it comes with Chef. That's awesome. You all, I mean, we love the Muppets. You, again, we mentioned last time that you got to interview Scooter. Skeeter's his sister, isn't it? Scooter and Skeeter? No? Okay. No. Anyway. In big news, big entertainment news, Caitlin, the new poster and trailer came out for Thor: Love and Thunder. It pulled, like, I've been out of Marvel for a little while. Like, I could care less about Spider-Man. I saw this and it sucked me right back in. I was blown away by it and so intrigued.
So this is just a teaser trailer, and now granted, the one for Spider-Man absolutely blew everything out of the water, but Thor: Love and Thunder saw for the first 24 hours, it was over 24 million views that was seen for the teaser trailer. And this is a teaser, you guys, and oh boy, is it chock full of great content. So I will share one of the things that I just want to address right away. There is a very good chance that there were characters that have been edited out of images to prevent spoilers, either looks at their costuming or even their appearance. I know mild spoilers, not that it's confirmed or anything, but there is a scene where you see Thor and Korg standing next to each other, and there's a very distinct open spot that has a very odd shadow kind of cast on the rock next to it. So it looks like we might be getting a character that is just to Thor's right on the screen. It would be the left-hand side. There's a lot of speculation, some really popular choices right now. Either we're going to see Beta Ray Bill, potentially right there. That was it. Either Beta Ray Bill or potentially, who was the other one that we were talking about? I can't think of his name. He went from zero to hero. Hercules.
I heard the rumor of Hercules.
We'll see. I'm very interested to see, and I absolutely loved the quick little surprise that we got there at the end of seeing our first iteration of the live action The Mighty Thor. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see Natalie Portman return to the Thor franchise.
Yeah. Oh, Natalie Portman, yay. She is, ever since she was Queen Amidala, I love Natalie Portman.
She
Every
wears
role
the
that
nerd
she's
crown.
done,
she wears the absolute nerd crown.
Mark, you're a Marvel nerd like the rest of us.
Yeah, man, yeah. I'm here for this. Taika Waititi is back again with the Thor franchise. Thor Ragnarok is probably my favorite film in all of the MCU Infinity Saga. Really happy to see Jane Foster come back and to see Mjolnir reforged. So that means that is the actual Mjolnir from the 626 timeline. She's not a variant. She's not coming from another timeline. That was Mjolnir reforged. That was destroyed by Hela. We did not get a look at Gore the God Butcher, which I'm really happy about. That we don't like. This is again, it's a teaser, so we haven't seen the villain, and we also really haven't. We've gotten some images.
That's Christian Bale, isn't it?
Yep.
Yes,
Christian Bale is Gore the God Butcher in this. And then we also had a little bit of a peek of Russell Crowe's Zeus, but not a full-on view. My money is that Russell Crowe is not going to be around very long in this film. I will say I think he's going to be the first victim of Gore the God Butcher, and really quickly.
I have the same feeling. I'm just going to say that.
You guys are amazing with your knowledge of Marvel, Caitlin and Mark. You guys are amazing with this. On to another huge franchise. I'm really happy to talk about this. Matt Mikkelsen confirms Indiana Jones 5 is going to be more like the original film than all the other films.
Yes.
This sounds, to me, seeing Indiana Jones back on the big screen and not the fourth one with Shia LaBeouf, really makes me happy.
Yeah, Mads was very, very clear on the feel of the movie. One, the set feels like a Spielberg set. So even though, James has been replaced by James, Mangold has really kept that kind of that family unit and the same kind of feeling for filming. And he said that they're very reminiscent of the first and second movie, which is great to hear for Indiana Jones fans. I mean, it's always hard to see a movie that continues past the point of when it should, but to see it come back and then truly honor the original storytelling is going to be great to see. I know that there's some theories that they're looking to do a spinoff either as a Disney Plus series or maybe in a Disney Plus original movie with Phoebe as the lead role. We'll see if Indy passes the hat and the whip. That does seem to be leaning more towards in that direction. So we'll see if that comes to fruition or not. But that's unofficial still. But there's been a lot of talk on set on this is really kind of setting up for a newer Indiana Jones style, but that is more reminiscent of the original films.
More, give me more. I don't know how much longer they're going to be doing Indiana Jones. This may be the final one.
I do have to say though, Matt's commented that Harrison Ford, he said that he's actually like a total powerhouse and that they would go to film, they'd film all day and like he'd be exhausted, ready to go to bed at the hotel. And Harrison Ford would be like, okay, guys, have a great day. And like go 40 kilometer bike riding after filming. And he's just like, and then he comes back and he's totally fine. Like it's like barely broken a sweat. And it's just like, I'd love to be doing that at that age.
I'm all for that. In more Disney Pixar news coming up, it looks like Turning Red is, for how much people want to say bad things in the comments, it's still a massive movie. It's still continuing to be the top streaming #1 movie out there.
Yeah, so I mean the records, it takes time to get that kind of information and stuff, but in March when the movie was first premiering as well, it was #1. It beat out the Adam Project on Netflix, which a lot of people were surprised about, that an animated movie beat a Ryan Reynolds movie, because let's be honest, we all love Ryan Reynolds. And so it was one of those ones where it kind of snuck up on everything. But I think the nice thing about it is that the filmmakers and everything, they wanted to come forward, and there's a lot of myth involved in the story, but it is a true coming of age story, and we don't really get to see that with female protagonists very much, particularly any from the perspective of a person of color. So to be able to see that iteration come to life and to see the response, I mean, there has been some positive response when it comes to the film. People are feeling seen, they're understood. It's like, listen, it's not just about boys, girls go through this kind of stuff too. It's great to see. And then I know like one of the ones that surprised me is I know Coachella's going on right now, or just finished, or I'm not as in that sphere as I should be.
Week 1 just ended. They're on to week 2.
That's it. So I do know that Phineas, who plays one of the boys in Four Town, actually performed Nobody Like You from the movie, but did more of a piano version in between songs. So it was kind of great to see some of those TikToks of people that were kind of freaking out. They were like, no way.
Danny Elfman actually did a whole set at Coachella. So Danny Elfman did an amazing job out there. We'll talk about that next week after week 2. So, ladies and gentlemen, we just got through the news in under an hour. That was amazing. Wow. Chip, you were worried about that. Caitlin, tell me about Palette Productions and your Instagram.
Sure. So Palette Productions is the company that I run. I do commissions like this really awesome Kate Bishop inspired shirt. I have a limited run of these going on currently. You can message me privately about sizing and pricing. But we've got a ton of stuff going on, and we're actually working on some really great summer collections coming out too. And I do have to say, one of the ones that I'm the most excited about, if you're about to be going on a Disney moon, you're going to want to be paying attention to my Instagram.
Speaking of that shirt, before we get off afterwards, I need to get one from you. So I will PayPal you right away, and I need to get one for my daughter.
Done.
So, excellent. I will literally, as soon as we're done here. Mark, what are you selling me, buddy? Do you have a shirt like that for my daughter?
I'm spinning amazing Disney content and Disney podcasts. We just dropped a brand new episode this Wednesday with Crystal from the Crystal Palace on YouTube. And we had an amazing discussion, and we did Universal versus Disney because she's a travel vlogger. So I made her choose. But every single Wednesday, we are releasing new audio episodes at DizLifePodcast.com. And that one URL is going to connect you with every single directory. No matter where you want to find the podcast, you can connect with us at DizLifePodcast.com. And Greg's hanging out with me on Mondays when we do Diz Live. And Greg is the new roving reporter on the team. I have a new co-host in Mousepiration, Mike. And we are just living our best Disney lives every Monday. And our news is powered by our good friends here at Ship & Co. So we're just living our best Disney life, man. Again, thank you so much for always having me as a guest on the show. I love talking news. I love talking Disney. And this is so fun. This is always a highlight of my week. I missed it last week.
I missed it too. It was a long week without it. So thank you so much.
We bring Mark on to bring the production value up.
Way up.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I am here for the good looks and to bring on in that Caitlin is here because she is everything. And Mark looks classy.
It's the beard.
Chip.
He makes us look so official. It's great.
You're like, Chip's the pimp daddy. He just owns it all.
I'm just the behind the scenes guy.
I don't know how to get away with that today. I'm sorry. Chip, we can get you at chipandco.com, Instagram on Chip and Company, on YouTube at Chip and Company. We have a podcast that drops every Tuesday. Disney
I'm trying to
Parks and
talk you into
Review.
doing extra podcast.
I think we're going to start doing a roundtable discussion podcast to go along with the
Mark on there.
news.
Yeah.
Don't tempt me with a good time.
It's
More
chaos.
podcasting. It's like Lord of the Rings. More lambus bread. More podcasting.
And more lambus bread.
What about second breakfast?
What about second breakfast? He doesn't know about 11sies, does he?
As you can see, people, we are nerding out together. This is Chip and Company. You can reach me here at Chip and Company. Everything I do is on Chip and Company anymore. I'm a Disney fanatic also, which is my personal page with my wife. And we have been just doing all Chip and Co stuff lately because that's what we do.
I've been keeping it busy.
Yeah, look, I'll take busy any day of the week. We got a lot of merchandise coming out. We have some information coming out about everything that's going to the parks. Follow with us, everybody. We appreciate you watching. Ahoy, hoy. And as always, have an amazing night. Thank you so much.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.